guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Cassie here. As you can see, we are in a different setting today. We are on my bed, nice and comfortable, and I have like a crap load of makeup on my face. So the reason why I have this much makeup on my face was because I just filmed a video on a festival look. So if you haven't seen this yet and you like this makeup look, then just click on the link. I don't know where I'm gonna link it, but I'm gonna link it somewhere so you guys can go watch that. But anyways, this video is not about makeup. It's not about, you know, a beauty review. It's not about any product of any sort. I'm actually doing a 50 facts about me, which you probably have already read in the title. So I really didn't want to do this for a long time because, you know, who cares about little old me? Like, who even knows me? Like, no one knows me. But I thought it would be kind of fun and kind of like a nice change of video. So I hit the 538 subscribers mark. So hi everyone, thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I know that's like not a lot in comparison to the whole entire YouTube world of things, but still, when you put 538 people together in a room, that's still a lot of people. And I thought it would be nice if you guys could just get to know me a little more and, you know, learn a bit about me. So make sure you get, I don't know, a little drink, a little coffee, because this might be a long video. I'm not sure yet. But I thought it would be fun. Fact number 1. I was actually born in Taipei, Taiwan. And then I came here when I was 4. So a lot of people take a look at me and I guess I'm just so like Asian Canadian that they don't see like any hint of Asianness in me. So they automatically assume I'm born here, but I was actually born in Taiwan and then I was raised here. So that's fact number 1. Fact number 2, even though I always say like, oh, I'm based in Vancouver or based in Vancouver, BC, I'm actually living in Richmond. So Richmond is a city right beside Vancouver, and I don't say Vancouver. I don't say Richmond because most people don't even know where Richmond is, and it's just easier to say Vancouver sometimes because, you know, like people will be able to find you that way. And Richmond is pretty much like a super Asian city that's within BC. We have a lot of really good Chinese food here because we have a lot of immigrants that tend to come to Richmond. So that's where I live. Fact number 3, I am 24 years old. My birthday is actually in August, so this year I'm turning 25. Number 4, I went to design and art school. And I graduated with a communications design major. So I actually went to Emily Carr University. I'm gonna put a quick logo here or something so you guys can see. And oh, I'm gonna put a picture of our brand new campus too. So this is one of the top, I guess, art and design schools in Vancouver. And yeah, I was really lucky to have gone to that school. I honestly had no idea what post-secondary school I was gonna pick when I graduated from high school. But then Emily Carr's came in first and I went through the portfolio and it was fine and I passed and everything. And so I was like, you know what? Maybe I should do this because none of the classes in any of the other universities near me were really intriguing or interesting at all. So I went to Emily Carr and I'm so happy I did because I ended up as a interface designer, which kind of moves on to, oh sorry, I'm jumping ahead of myself. Number 4 was that I went to a design school and I graduated with a communications design major. So that pretty much means I could do anything from like advertisement to like print design, magazine design, web design, app design. It could be really anything to do with a type of design where you're kind of like communicating something, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Number 5, after I graduated, I went to do a quick UX design. UX, for those who don't know, is user experience design, and it's another kind of like sector of design that's really interrelated with doing interface design. And I actually have a certificate in user experience design. For those who don't know what those terms are, UX design is kind of like, actually let me work backwards. UI design, user interface design, is pretty much what you see when you use a mobile app, what you see when you go on Facebook. All of those interface elements on the screen, including the branding of it, all the buttons, whatever, that's all part of what interface design is. And then user experience design is kind of mapping out how everything is going to like flow together within all those different pages. So if I was on Facebook and I clicked on the home icon, you know, where would that bring me to? When I'm on the home icon, what can I do there? Like, those are all kind of questions you ask when you think about user experience design. It's pretty much about the user's experience. So that's what it is. Number 6. Yeah, I always thought that I would end up doing some sort of like advertisement design, doing poster design for like a big marketing company or like a big marketing advertisement agency type style, but I actually landed in interface design, which is more like creating web applications and creating like mobile apps, more digital stuff versus more print media stuff. Just because at the time technology wasn't really this crazy yet, it wasn't this advanced, and there wasn't like this much opportunity, and I didn't really know that there was this whole world of tech design that was emerging. So that's why I always thought I was going more towards like print design. Luckily that didn't happen. Number 7, I am actually a interface designer at Electronic Arts. So that's EA for those who have not heard of it. It's a really big gaming company, and they're really well known for their sports titles. So like FIFA, NHL, Madden. Those are all sports games by EA, which is a big gaming company. And a lot of your boyfriends or like brothers or sisters or whatever, like they should be familiar with it because it's really popular. But I'm currently working on FIFA right now, which is the soccer football game. And I've been there for a year and a half now. Number 8. Oh my god, this is gonna be such a long video. I'm so sorry, guys. Number 8. I still want to learn how to do some front-end development work, because right now I only know UX, I know UI, and the very last step of completing that entire cycle is to know how to actually code up your designs and like visually put it into the computer. So that's something I still want to learn how to do, and it is on my checklist of classes I want to take, because I want to eventually be able to like code up my own designs and not have to rely on an engineer or like hire someone else to help me do it. Number 9, I'm actually really tall, well, kind of tall for an Asian person. I'm 5'7", and that's 170 centimeters. And the reason why, I don't really know why I'm so tall, but no one else in my family is 5'7", and I think just because I have such long limbs, it gives like the illusion that I'm like even taller than I really am. Number 10, I'm obsessed with slime. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen, experienced, or heard of the world of slime on Instagram. It is such a big niche community of people who love to create slimes that are themed in different ways, and I would say about 80% of the time I am on Instagram, I'm looking at the different slime accounts that there are and all the creations that they've made. So yeah, I don't know how I got into this, but I would say slime is like a passion of mine, even though I don't know how to make it. I tried making it once and it was hard, and that's like the only type of, well, it's like the main type of ASMR I'm into. I know there's a lot of other different kinds, but like nothing just gets me the same way as slime does. Oh, just when they touch it and stretch it, and like I just love it. Number 11, because I am so well versed in slime, I can name the different types of slimes there are out there. I'm kind of nervous right now because I'm in front of the camera, but I'm gonna try my best to name them. So there's regular thick slime. So thick slime is like a dense, thick slime. I don't really know how to explain it. There's also clear slime. So clear slime is using like transparent glue, and it's literally slime that is clear. There's also cloud slime. So cloud slime is a type of slime when you mix, you know what, I'm not gonna go ahead and explain all of them, I'm just gonna name all of them. So then there's cloud slime, and then there is butter slime, snow fizz slime, fishbowl bead slime, which is another type of slime, and they're like always coming out with new ones. Those are the ones I can name off the top of my head right now. There's more, there's probably more, and they're probably going to like discover new ways to do slime even more. Like I don't know how people are coming up with these things. Number 12, I can speak Mandarin. So believe it or not, I can speak Mandarin because my parents primarily speak Chinese at home, and because I'm from Taiwan, they speak Taiwanese sometimes as well, and so I can understand some Taiwanese. I can't speak it very well. I can kind of conversate if you speak to me in Taiwanese, but if you tell me to like say something off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. Number 13, I go through phases of favorite foods. So I had a moment where I loved pasta. So spaghetti, I could eat that like 5 days a week. Lasagna, just any kind of pasta. It just sounded really, really good to me. And then I moved on to sushi. Every weekend I would get sushi, and whenever I thought of like a delicious sushi roll, I was like, oh my god, like that's what I want. And then now I'm currently on the Vietnamese food train. This is why you need water. So yeah, I really like Vietnamese food. A good bowl of pho, some spring rolls, a delicious like vermicelli bowl with skewered chicken. Oh my god. So that's what I'm really into right now. Number 14, I actually did pole for fitness before. That's kind of how I gained a lot of upper body strength. So let me see if you guys can see some of them. Oh, I didn't shave. Let's see. So as you can see, I may or may not cut this out. I kind of have like muscles and like a strong shoulder. So before, I did not look like this, okay? This did not happen to me overnight. This actually happened to me when I started doing a lot of pull for fitness, because you have to keep pulling your weight up, and it was just a lot of upper body work, but it was really fun. So I did that for a little bit, and then I kind of overdid it, and then I injured my hand. So my forearm here always gets really, really tired. So since then, I haven't really gone back. Not only because my hand is kind of injured like consistently because I use my hand so much for work, but also just because it's so expensive, and I just can't afford that. I was on a student like plan before, and then after I wasn't a student, I was like, oh my god, I can't afford this. Okay, number 15, I don't like carbonated drinks. So I don't really like the feeling of the fizziness. I can't drink it very well. Some people are really good at drinking pop, beer, like stuff like that really, really fast. But for me, I'm a slow drinker. When I try and chug that thing down my throat, it's just not fun. It doesn't taste that great in my opinion. It doesn't feel that great in my opinion. So lucky for me, I'm not a big fan of any kind of carbonated drink. Number 16, I wear night contacts to bed. So there's such thing called nighttime contacts that you can wear at night, and that's like most people haven't heard of it, but it's a thing. It's like a hard glass contact lens that you put on your eye, and then at night it pretty much reforms your eye so it retains this like specific sphere shape or whatever, so that when you wake up in the morning you'll have perfect vision. And from the daytime your vision starts like perfect, and then throughout the day it starts to kind of like change over time again, and then at night you put those contacts back on and then it reforms it again, so the next day it's back to being perfect. Number 17, I had braces before. That's true. I had braces when I was in high school, grade 10, 11, 12. Really bad because in grade 12 I had braces and it looked awful. Number 18, I eat my eggs with soy sauce. So it doesn't matter if it's scrambled, it doesn't matter if it's hard boiled. If you give me an egg, I like eating it with soy sauce. That's my preferred way of eating eggs. Number 19, I love candy. I love chewy candy, especially gummies, high chew, the airheads. I really like those kind of candies, and I have a really big sweet tooth, which is not good for my teeth. Number 20, I'm really picky with my meat. So like we're kind of in like the food category now. I'm very picky with my meat, and I thought this was more common than I thought, but to all the people I've spoken to this about, they think I'm really weird. So it's not that I don't eat meat, like I enjoy eating meat, but my chicken, it has to be done a certain way. I can't have like any like fat on it or like skin or just like tendons. Like I'm not a big fan of any of that kind of stuff. I just really like the fresh, lean chicken breast type meat. Number 21, I only ever really wear a beige bra. So I mean, right now I'm wearing a beige bra too. Even though there's so many different bras out there and so many beautiful colors, like oh my god, like I want to buy them all, but the problem is whenever you actually wear them, it's just not practical to get any other color besides beige, because beige does not show up under white clothing. It doesn't really show up if your straps are kind of like revealed. Number 22, I'm not religious. I don't have a specific religion, but I do still pray whenever I feel like I need to or I want to or something's going on in my life. Number 23, I taught myself how to do makeup through YouTube. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are also the same. You know, you started out with like Michelle Phan, and honestly she was like the primary person I watched makeup videos to learn from. And then just looking at the internet, and that's how I learned how to do my makeup. Number 24, I used to have 2 parrotlets, so I'll insert a picture here of Kiki. I had 2 of them. It was Kiki and Coco, and they were both green parrotlets. They, unfortunately, the first one, Coco, she passed away during Christmas because I think she ate some sort of like fertilizer we had in our plants that was in our house. And so that's how she passed away. And then Kiki, I had her for a lot longer. And then my sister accidentally went outside with the bird on her back, and then she got freaked out. It was at night. She flew off into the trees, and I tried looking for her day after day, and I just couldn't find her again. So I just like to pretend that she's probably out there, found like a really beautiful man bird who just became her husband, and now they've got beautiful kids. Number 25, I'm terrible at drinking. So I actually have a really low tolerance. So I'm like your typical Asian, you know, you got the red flush going on, Asian glow, but my situation is so much worse because I think my body just like goes through things really quickly. So I can drink a cooler and sometimes just already need to throw up, or sometimes I can drink like 2 shots and then I'll need to throw up. So it's like very confusing. I usually just do like fruity drinks when I go to the club, so I'll get something nice and easy, or I just will only drink a little bit at a time. Number 26, I'm actually lactose intolerant. So I never used to be lactose intolerant, but apparently it can happen to Asians over time. Our body just stops producing lactose, which is the enzyme we need to break down milk. Number 27, I like my music style, or like the type of music I like is EDM. I like electronic dance music, yes, that is correct. I also like R&B, and then I also really like lo-fi music. So if you guys don't know what that is, search it up. It's like a really just like a relaxing kind of vibe that you kind of just chill to, and that's like most of my music on my channel, I tend to use music that kind of sounds like that. Number 28, I'm not a good singer. I wish I had a voice of an angel, but I really don't. I can't really hit all the high notes. I can sing if it's like the same level as my voice right now, but if I have to sing really high or really low, I cannot do either or. Number 29, I try to live my life doing what I want. I think that's true for the most part. Like, I wanted to do YouTube and I wanted to try it out, and so that's what I'm doing right now, even though it's, you know, really like embarrassing sometimes, or it's like weird to like talk to people about it, or you know, you don't really, people always ask like, oh, how many subscribers do you have, how many whatever, are you making money yet? It's like, no, like those kind of things take a lot of time and a lot of energy into growing your channel over time. So right now I'm just starting out, and it's, yeah, that's pretty much what I do. Like, I try and not think too much about what other people think and just do it, because ultimately at the end of the day, it's your life, and if you're not, you know, if you want to do something and you have this vision of where you want to be in the future, just go for it. Number 30th, my dream job is honestly kind of confusing. Like, I want to do YouTube, but I kind of want it to encompass a little bit of everything that I enjoy. So I really like beauty stuff, so I want that in there. I really love to travel. I want to do travel vlogs, so I want that to be in here too. And I also really like design, because that is something I'm doing as my 9-to-5 career, and I thought it would also be like a nice thing to like add into the mix of things. So ideally, if I could, you know, build a successful YouTube channel that's a bit of everything, a bit of all these things, it would make me really happy. I don't really know how that's going to turn out, but I'm just going for it. I'm just doing the best that I can, and hopefully, who knows, like 5 years from today, it's gonna get somewhere. Oh, by the way guys, even though I'm doing YouTube, I'm only doing it on the weekends. So from Monday to Friday, I am still working my EA job, 9-to-5, typical, you know, standard job. And so on the weekends, I really take time out of my day to like film these things and like do these fun things in order to upload them. So that's in case people think like, oh, do you only do YouTube? No, I don't only do YouTube. I would not be able to, that's for sure. Number 31, Chinese food will always be my favorite type of food. I just feel like with Chinese food, you can do so much with it. They've just invented so many different types of Chinese food, and I just cannot live without Chinese food. And I love to eat desserts. So I enjoy cake, I enjoy like cakey types of brownies, I just love cake. Like my weakness and my ultimate favorite type of cake has got to be a really good chocolate cake. And I don't like mousse. It needs to be chocolate cake with icing that's moist. That just makes me so happy. I love chocolate cake. Number 33, I have an older sister and her name is Alice. She's actually 2 years older than me. And a lot of people say we look alike. Some people think we look like twins. Maybe I'll insert a picture here too so you guys can see the resemblance. I don't really see it. I mean, sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. I know we have a very similar voice. Like if we both were to talk on the phone, people would not be able to tell our voice apart. But aside from the voice, I mean, I think we look similar, but at the same time, we don't really. And number 34. In Canada, there's only me, my sister, my mom, and my dad. So the rest of my family is in Taiwan. We don't really have, like, you know how there's like the whole like Thanksgiving, Christmas, all those big holidays where you get together with your whole family. I don't really have that. It's just the 4 of us here in Canada. The rest of our family is in Taiwan. Okay, number 35, yes. So I do have a boyfriend. His name is Josh. And we've been together for 5.5 years, something like that. And I actually met him in high school, so we met in grade 8. That's when I first met him, and we kind of just maintained as friends throughout high school, but we didn't date until after high school. So maybe that can be like a whole nother story some other time. 36. I am not a morning person. I hate waking up early. When I wake up early, I just feel so dead. My eyes feel so dry. My brain feels like it's like floating up there in the sky. Number 37. Evenings make me sad. I don't like it when the day is about to end, and that pretty much means whenever it's like the sun is going down, the sun has already set, and then it's like dark, and that time of day just makes me really sad, especially if I'm outside. If I'm inside and I have like all my lights on, like I feel fine, nothing bothers me. But when I'm outside and it's like the day is over and it's dark, it's a little sad, it's very quiet outside, that makes me sad. I don't know why. Number 38. All of my closest friends I have met in either elementary school or I met them in high school. So that's pretty much my general pool of friends. I don't really have too many friends, but I have a good group of friends that I've been close with and I've been growing up with ever since I was in high school. 39. I used to have a lot of cavities. Yeah, so when I was younger, my grandma was actually the one who took care of me. So I would always drink milk and then I wouldn't brush my teeth before bed, and that resulted in me having like cavities on like all of my front teeth. Luckily, those were my baby teeth at the time, so they all fell out. Number 40. Oh my god, 10 more. Okay. Number 40. My skin is just naturally tanned. So this color that I am right now, this is me during winter time, this is me during fall, and then during summer I'm going to get significantly darker than this. So my arms and like my leg, they're all, oh god, I don't know if you guys can see that I didn't shave my legs yet, but they're all very, very tanned, and I've always been super tanned. I don't know why that is, because no one else in my family seems to be the same. My sister, my mom, my dad, like they're all pretty like, if they tan, they will revert back to their original color during winter time, but for me it's like consistently tanned. Number 41. I'm a good swimmer. So I took swimming classes when I was younger. My mom always like made us go to it, and I actually also did lifeguarding courses all the way until I think I had like 2 more exams left. But then I suddenly realized during summer when I was taking those classes that it wasn't something I really wanted to do. Like the plan originally was to get it, become a lifeguard and make like good money, because lifeguards here, they make more than minimum wage. I think they, at the time, they made like $18, $19, $20 an hour, like something like that, and the minimum wage was like $10, $25. And so I wanted to become a lifeguard because I was like, oh, I can like make good income that way. But then afterwards I realized, oh my god, like I can't be a lifeguard. You have to literally stand there for an hour and just look at people swim, and I doze off easily. So just thinking about that, it was like, okay, I think someone will die on my watch, so maybe I should just stop and not do it. Number 42. I've always wanted to live the experience of being an expat. So I grew up pretty sheltered. My parents like to keep me close to home because there's only the 4 of us here. But I have always wanted to travel to a different part of the world and kind of, you know, live there for a year or 2 and just try it out before I get older, before I don't have an opportunity to do something like that anymore. So that's on my bucket list. Number 43. I'm always trying to learn new things and improve my skills. So with design and stuff, there's always so much you can learn, and it's kind of crazy the amount of things you can do with the creative field. And so right now I'm currently learning how to do hand lettering, and I'm also learning how to do more illustrative work, so digital illustrations, also using the Procreate app on my iPad. So I do plan on making some videos to kind of like take you guys along with me on how I'm learning these things and like how I'm doing, like maybe like a draw with me type thing. But I am, you know, just starting, so it's kind of embarrassing to show I'm not actually a good drawer. Number 44. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed and I wonder if I'm trying to do too many things at once. So of course I have my 9-to-5 job, full-time job, you know, and then I'm doing this whole YouTube thing that I kind of want to try out, which involves me like filming over the weekends. And then I'm also trying to learn how to do hand lettering, because it's just a cool skill that I really want to hone down. And imagine how fun it is to be able to like just draw and like make really great hand lettering pieces. So there's that. And I'm also trying to like do more illustrative work. Digital illustration is something I'm also learning. And then I'm also trying to sign up for a class so I can learn front-end development work. So that's 6 things. That's a lot of things. And sometimes I don't know how to like prioritize what I should do first, or like what's more important for my 9-to-5 career versus like what's important for my YouTube stuff on the weekends, and just trying to like balance those out. So I don't really know exactly what is the perfect balance yet, but I know for sure taking a class for the front-end development work will be a lot better for me versus doing it online. That way I'm more focused on it. But all the other stuff is kind of just, it's a really nice to have, but it's not like a must-have to learn kind of thing. Number 45. I have family Sundays. Family Sundays is pretty much every Sunday I spend the day with my family. It's just my mom, my dad, and my sister. Because we only have 4 people here, my dad is like he's an advocate for us spending as much time as we can right now, since my sister and I are still living at home. It allows us to, you know, hang out. We'll go to different places, whether it's shopping, doing errands. My dad takes us to White Rock, like whatever it is, and do that together, and then we'll have dinner together, breakfast, lunch. It's just a nice family bonding time, and I really do appreciate them now that I'm older, because it's just so relaxing, and I don't ever have to worry about anything on those days, because my dad always drives and just brings us around. It's just a fun time. My throat is getting really tired. Oh, it's a lot. Maybe I should have done like 30 facts about me instead of 50. It's a lot. Okay, we're almost there. Number 46. Speaking of my parents, they're both hairdressers, and they have their own hair salon, like a family-owned hair salon, and that's kind of how they made money and raised my sister and I here in Canada. Number 47. I have naturally wavy hair. So my hair underneath, it actually is kind of wavy like this, and it gets really puffy. So every year I have to perm my hair straight so that it's not so like nest-like, but it's more straight like this. Number 48. I am a summer person. I don't like winter that much. I don't like fall that much. It is beautiful, but I just don't like dark, gloomy days. I don't like the rain. I mean, snow is very beautiful, but snow is also very annoying, so I'm just all about summer. Number 49. I used to do jazz dancing. I had classes. I took jazz dancing classes. I even took a couple hip-hop classes, and I did do performances, and I competed and stuff like that. But then afterwards, my parents didn't put me in it anymore because they didn't have time to drive me to all these competitions and all these things. And so I just ended up stopping with it, and unfortunately, I did not retain any of those dance skills. Number 50, it's the last one, yay! Okay. Number 50, I want to learn how to do salsa dancing. Oh, see, here's another thing I want to learn. I want to do so many things. Sometimes I feel like I should just like chill out, and I should just stick to like 3 good ones and then just keep it at that. But I do want to learn how to do salsa dancing. I think it's so fun watching people like move together and just like dance together, and it's just such a nice, like, it's just such a fun type of music and style to dance to. So I do want to try salsa dancing. My sister said she would try it with me, but we haven't booked any time to actually do it, so hopefully we'll do that soon. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of my video. If you made it this far, Thank you for watching. You didn't have to stay all the way, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned a little bit more about me, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!